Hello everyone, today I'm going to be talking about another Pokemon game that just isn't that good. Pokemon Colosseum for the GameCube. I remember I thought this game was cool, but then again I was 11 and I was a moron at the time because I didn't know what games were really that good. So then, either way, I decided to recently get this game out to play it again since I've been going through games I used to play and think were good. And this game sucks. Okay, so how bad is this game, possibly? Let's find out. Now, the first thing you'll notice is that this game was made by Genius Sonority, the same people who'd later go on to make Pokemon Battle Revolution, which sucks. I haven't reviewed that yet, but I might later. Not a good sign already. So, yeah, Pokemon Colosseum is basically the sequel to the Pokemon Stadium series, except this time there's a story mode. Most review is going to focus on story mode, but first I'll talk about battle mode. Battle mode has features that let you battle with two Game Boys on 3D on your TV, and features like in Pokemon Stadium, where you can get Poke Coupons and run through battling random trainers, kind of like Battle Frontier, or Combat Training in Black Ops, or every other bot mode. It's kind of like a bot mode, but with Pokemon. There's also Battle Now, which lets you battle with random Pokemon. And then there's Story Mode, which is what most of this review focuses on. Story Mode lets you play through a crappy single-player story mode, which is basically like, every other RPG ever made. So, the first thing is the plot. Now, the first few minutes are possibly the best part of the game. You start off thinking, holy shit, is this going to be a Pokemon game which is badass and shit like in every fanfic? No! You start off in this crudely rendered CGI area where some dude breaks in, steals their shit, and then just runs off without giving a fuck. Like a fucking badass. And then you have no real clue on what the fuck goes on. And then you basically discover the extremely corny ass plot. Basically, you're some dude who breaks away from the evil team in this game, Team Snag'em, which does horrible things, such as steal Pokemon and artificially shut off their hearts. I'm not making this shit up. I couldn't make this shit up even if I was on all these drugs. This is the actual plot of the game. This is it. So basically, the whole game is forced to run in a line. Even though it might not visually look like a line, it feels like a line because the whole game is go here, go there, go here, go there. It's probably even worse than Black and White when it comes to linearity. And did I mention the writing is horrible? Not only is the whole plot about running around trying to bust up Team Snag'em and Team the other guys, I don't even Cypher, yeah. When the whole plot is about busting those guys up, it eventually turns into horrible shit, such as too many Deus Ex Machinas. You find a girl being kidnapped, you suddenly rescue her, and then she turns out to be just the one who can somehow see shadow Pokemon. Poor writing right there. Now let's talk about the art style. The art style changes from Star Wars Tatooine / Borderlands / Rage to, oh look, here's a random beautiful city in the middle of nowhere. It's inconsistent, doesn't make much sense, and the graphics. The graphics are all blocky. The environments are alright, but the trainer models and Pokemon models are blocky as hell. I mean, come on, Final Fantasy X looked better. And that was an early PS2 game that came out several years before this. But if it couldn't get worse already, it can. See those Umbreon and Espeon models? see how they look, and see their animation. Now take a look at this. This is Pokemon Stadium 2 for the Nintendo 64, running on 1996 era hardware. The GameCube came later, but as you can clearly see, all they did was copy-paste the models from an N64 game and put them into Pokemon Colosseum, a GameCube game. Wow. Just wow. They didn't even try. The animations are all the same, from the attacking to the defeated animation, it's all just the same. Wow. The attack animations aren't that good either. The effects mostly seem kind of cheesy, even though some of them look better than others. And of course the models look bad. But even the Generation 3 and Trainer models, which weren't used on the N64, look blocky-ish. I don't know, did they plan on making this for the N64 or what? Because it sure looks like that. I mean, that's just lazy. The music is really repetitive. For example, the battle themes. They're not that great. I mean, they're kind of repetitive, kind of annoying, not that great. But hey, music does contribute a lot to the game. Let's put better music in just to see how it would sound. Yeah, that goes so much better with the game. I mean, who knows, this game could have actually sounded a lot better if they hired a composer who is better at making game music. There are no random encounters, gyms, or any goal other than to finish the forced linear story. Instead, there are shadow Pokemon, which are the only Pokemon you can steal. Random girl who looks like she got ripped off of Digimon Tamers is like, oh no! These Pokemon have cards closed, they start attacking people and shit, that's freaking horrible! I'm serious. That is the real plot of this game. So what do? You weaken them and catch them. Just like wild Pokemon, except in a battle. I mean, who thought it was a good idea? Because honestly, it would be better to have random encounters like, you know, the main games. Or, I mean, and not just some linear, forced, poorly written story. If anything, you'd expect something that was, you know, more open world. And the only Pokemon you can steal are shadow Pokemon. So if you thought this would be like Deus Ex, Fallout, Elder Scrolls series, Grand Theft Auto, Postal 2, or any other open game, you'd be wrong. Cause that's all you do. You can only catch those Pokemon, making it extra linear. Wow. And did I mention everybody in this game makes a big deal over this bad plot? So yeah. When you go to the overworld, which is conveniently restricted to only certain options, you have to go to the construction lot, see absolutely nothing, then it'll unlock Bright Town, which is the town with that wannabe Fallout style. Saving is messed up too. Unlike other Pokemon games, where you could save anywhere in the map, you can only save at Pokemon centers and save points. So you have to get to a certain part in this linear game before you can even save your game. Wow. I mean, just wow. But, you know, just to top it off, you can only have one save file per memory card. No matter if you have a memory card 50-something, no matter if you have a 251 memory card, no matter if you have a 64 megabyte, 128, or 256 megabyte card, no matter the size, you're restricted. To make matters worse, not only is a save file huge if you have a tiny memory card, but to make it even worse, you can't even copy your save file or move it to another memory card. So if you get a bigger memory card, you can't copy it. And you can't use unofficial tools either because the save file is actually locked to your memory card. The same problem applies to its sequel running on the same engine, Pokemon XD. You have to erase your save file to start a new one. What a dick move. And this was all just to sell a bunch of memory cards. Just wow. And the save file is 48 blocks too, so good luck if you have a small memory card. Don't buy this game. Save your money and go buy better games. Thanks for watching and subscribe for more. Because honestly, this game just failed in so many ways. Bad graphics, bad gameplay, bad story, bad plot, bad music, bad everything. Don't buy it.